Just imagine when Star Wars came out, you really loved Star Wars. You were like, fuck, this is the most amazing science fiction film I've ever seen, and Darth Vader rules. Then you kind of figured like, well, Darth Vader is not just cool, he has like this amazing helmet and the weird voice, and you know, capes. Capes always do it. Capes are very, very hip always, and you're like, well, the costume looks cool, the character is cool, why should not I dress up as this character? That's basically our hobby. We see a thing, we really like the thing, and we're like, why not do the thing? And then we get together and have fun with the thing. Je kan het, Dennis, je kan het! The hobby definitely represents me more as a person than my normal day-to-day job. I've always liked drawing and doing other creative things as a kid as well. And for me, I always saw myself working with my hands. And I think cosplay has all those aspects. You get to talk to a lot of people, you get to travel, you get to be creative, and it's rewarding, which is even better than just creating things. Is you create something that other people will really love. And then my normal day-to-day job is I'm a cleaning lady. So yes, I work with my hands and people love what I do, but in the end of the day, you know, vacuum cleaning isn't really my thing. This is an essential part of making cosplay as well, fitting. Cosplay can be a stressful hobby. It shouldn't be. No hobbies should be stressful, but still, you know, we feel like we go to a convention, we need to finish the costume. So there's always a certain deadline feeling like it needs to be finished now. And I think that's one of the reasons I am okay with stress until a certain level. But if it goes above that, then I just really don't like it. So I chose a normal day-to-day job that's completely stress-free. I do my job, I go home, and I don't have to bring my work or my worries home with me. Most people, especially women, they start out with just fabrics and sewing work, but it can go anywhere from giant poofy dresses to making very well fitted coats, and then armor pieces and weapons and makeup and wig styling. So it has a very large variety of creative aspects and techniques you need to learn to continue doing the hobby as well. I do really enjoy competitions as well, because it's a way for me to give me a personal challenge to make a really good costume. To, even if I've never built something like that before, to really improve my skills and techniques. It's not necessarily about winning, it's about improving your techniques on a personal level instead of just fabricating and just keep on doing the same things. You need to grab the challenge and just go for it. The people that come to a workshop to learn new techniques, that are interested in it, there's a large age variety. And also, they each have their different reasons. There are those that are a bit more socially awkward. I've had those. And once you talk to them and you not just explain the techniques, but you just have a conversation with them, they get more comfortable as well. As a teenager, it's very easy to get a label on you. That varies because you're different in school, because you're very active, or because you are the opposite. You're very silent, or you have other hobbies than the rest. I think um, ADHD is one of the things. Like, if you're very hyperactive, okay, you have ADHD. Okay, you are not active, but you cannot get your attention. Okay, you have something else. Like, okay, you are way too focused on a certain type of thing and math. Okay, you might have some sort of form of autism, or you're sad, so you're depressed. And I'm very convinced that a lot of these labels, actually, if you receive them, you will automatically think, okay, I am this one thing. I'm not something else. I'm not normal. I am this one thing. I think cosplay can help people with it, because in costume, if you love a certain thing, it's easier for you to communicate, and it's easier to forget that you are labeled with a certain thing. I got a label once myself for Asperger, which is in the autism spectrum, and it's more about the social aspect. So it's hard for you to recognize emotions in others, and it's harder for you to express yourself because you don't feel things the same as others do. For me, I got this label when I was 13. I was a teenager. I was very emotional. I moved schools a lot. So I just had a feeling like, why do I need to make friends if I have to move again in half a year? It's already awkward to make friends. You're going to a new high school, and then, in half a year you move again. You have to do it over and over again, and you're just kind of like, why should I put in the effort? So then, yeah, it's normal that you look socially awkward. It's normal that you appear this way to others. But that's the moment when you get a label sticked on yourself. It's actually not true. So for me, being able to talk to like-minded people, I made myself more open up more to everybody. It was easier for me to talk to them because they were interested in the same thing. And I just had to relearn social skills again. And I think this hobby really helped me doing that, because you are dressed, so you are not yourself really, and it makes it easier to speak to people, strangers you don't know. But then after a while, it doesn't matter anymore whether you're in or out of costume. You advance your social skills. They may not have like the same hobbies everybody else in their class has. They do enjoy jizz, and then you see them going to a convention and like blooming open, and suddenly they're very happy and talkative and open to people. And it's a very cool thing to recognize what those teenagers are going through now, because you've already been there, but they kind of look up to you because you are very open and you talk to everybody, and you tell them like, in a few years this will be you. You will have the same large group of friends, and you connect to a lot of people. So it's very easy to go from watching the Avengers to go reading comics, looking at a cosplay of Iron Man, and think like, I could be Iron Man. That's a very easy step to take, because why not? You could be Iron Man. You could be Iron Man!